My paper hunt took me probably over 2 years to find the right kind of paper, and I felt like it was an important topic to bring up. The best kind of paper that I found for me personally, it was Bristol board, Strathmore 4-ply Bristol board, and I'll show you a picture of it. It's a giant tablet. It is really big, but that is the best paper I found. Now, it all depends on what it is that you are looking for, what type of art you do as to what kind of paper is best for you. And with all the research I did find out really the only way, unless you just happen to get lucky, is kind of to go on a quest to find the best paper for you. Trial and error. I did that. It was, like I said, a few years worth. And I tried some really great quality paper, all the way down to cardstock that you could buy at any store. It's acid free, so it's got good archival value. But for me, one of the most important things is that it was smooth. I wanted something buttery smooth, just beautifully smooth. And I did find that in the Bristol board. But it did go outside of what, say, the recommended paper would be. Because this particular pad that I just showed you, it says right here, for creating comics, cartoons, and graphic novel illustrations. It's often meant for sequential art. Please excuse the cars. Lucy's been with me today so far, just to let you know. My chair broke. I had to change positions because the sun decided to come out. So there's been quite a few things happening just to get this going. But that's very typical for me because I usually bring Lucy with me, Lucille Ball. Okay, so it is more like a quest. And it all depends on the type of art that you're doing. If you do loose watercolor washes, you might want tooth, which is the texture of the paper. I wanted virtually no tooth because my lines, I wanted them to be very clean and crisp. The type of art that I do is not loose for the most part. Let me show you this image. If you can see it here, you can see where I contain it within those black lines. It's not a wash, so to speak. It's small areas of a wash, but not just a big wash. So it was important to find the paper that would do what I wanted it to do. And it took me quite some time, but I did find that buttery smooth paper in the Strathmore Bristol board. So when you're looking for a paper, be willing to go potentially outside of what you might think has been told to you as the right paper. I mean, it could be the right paper, but if it doesn't feel right, or if your art doesn't turn out the way that you're hoping it will, be willing to experiment and go outside the box, so to speak, okay? You might find it helpful, and if nothing else, it will be definitely a learning experience for you, as it was for me. And pulling this image back out again, I'm not sure if you can see close up the lines. But if you go to my Etsy shop, which I never closed it down, when I went through burnout, I left it up. And so now I'm back, so I'm starting to use it again. And now when I post something, for the most part, I can't say it's 100%, but for the most part, I put a close-up on there. So if you go to my Etsy shop and pick, say, I've been putting up some greeting cards recently, downloadable ones. You can go in there and look at the close-ups, and you can see that my line looks like a line. It doesn't bleed out into the paper, which is a problem that I had. And using this Bristol board solved that issue. And a story for another time, which actually could blend into this, is the type of markers that you use, if you do use markers, because some will bleed, some won't. So I'll say that for another time. Just FYI, I made this video already, but I was trying to tell you so much information. It wasn't that it wasn't valid, it was just TMI for this topic. So I might break it up into a few different ones. And the markers, that could easily be a different topic. But yeah, be willing to go on the quest. And one important thing to share is the tactile experience. Touch the paper. I found that was one of my best resources. I could look at the paper, but unless you have like micro vision, even if you can see that there isn't tooth, there is that in-between place where it's rough. And that isn't quite, for me, it wasn't quite as bad as having a lot of tooth, but it still made my lines jump. So be willing to touch the paper, and that will help you a lot, okay? Thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you have any questions, do please put them in the comment box below. I'm more than happy to answer anything if I know the answer. If I don't, I'll certainly say I'm sorry, but I don't know. And I will talk to you very soon again. Have a wonderful day. Bye.